Welcome to Yerushalmi Chagigah Daf Vav. We're holding the two dots at the top of the Omer. Ish prat lekotten. So it says Ish prat lekotten. So even though a cotton, we said earlier that a cotton is chayv, a cotton who can be reichev on his father's shoulder, according to his hill, is mechuyev to bring a carbon iyah. Rechaim says one shot is, it could be saying that really he's a cotton, so it's not his, it's his father has to take care of it for him. But the chiv is on the father, not on the cotton. That's what it means. Ish prat the cotton. Rabbi Yirmiyah Yomer halorei like chagigah b'chomish sloim ve'evi b'shtayim yotzo ikvar nikvar. The guy says he's going to bring a carbon chagigah, but he wants to spend 5, even though the minimal amount is 2, required is 2. He's bringing 5. Do we say he's yotzo, or does he have to bring, like he said, one worth 5? Why wouldn't you have to bring one for 5? Let's say a guy says a re'elei asham b'chomish sloim, and he says I'm going to bring an asham that's 5 sloim, right? And an asham really only has to be worth shtei sloim. He says me 5 shamlei nikva, right? Is it not kaveya? So here too, it's kaveya. It's kaveh as well. So the reason Chaim Kanevsky says it's more pashut by Ashon is by Chagigah, because Chagigah is kind of a chiv of the zman. So the chiv of the zman is, okay, I bring my Chagigah, I'm yaitze. It only has to be 2. I said 5. All right, so I'll bring a nedava for the extra 3. I'll bring a carbon nedava. We'll consider it. Mashen came by an asham. This is my asham. This is what I have to bring, and I'm saying I'm bringing 1 of 5. So therefore, the Gemara felt there's more pashut by asham, and if by asham, right, you have to bring the 5, like you said. Chagigah also, we can learn Chagigah out of asham. You have to bring Chagigah as well from 5. You know, yoytze just by 2. So the Mishnah loch above. Mish lechag b'yantiv rishon shachag. He didn't bring his carbon chagigah on the first day of Yantiv. Chagigah ha'ilches kol regel Yantiv achron. He can go the whole sukkis, including Shmini Atzeres, which is a chiddush because it's a regel from the Atzmai. Of a regel, and he didn't bring his carbon v'loichag. He didn't bring his carbon chagigah. And chayv achron, that's it. He's not chayv. He doesn't have to go and bring another one. Atzach rayis. Al zeh nama mo'ovas loichel iska and v'chesun loichel manes. That's it. You lost that. You can never make up for it again. So now we're trying to see, where do we see that the last day of Sukkot can make up even for the first day of Sukkot? So it said we're learning it out of Pesach. So again, Rabbi Yochanan Shem Shmuel Nemach Mishas bePesach Nemach Rishas beChag Nach Mishas Shnem bePesach Yantav Achron is Tashlumin Rishain, right? There's no difference between any of the days of Pesach. And it says Chamisha also, right? So too, by Chamisha also Shnem b'Chag Yontiv Achron, even though again, like we said before, it's different because it's technically its own Yontiv, still it could be Tashlum Rishon because you have the Xerish of Chamisha also, right? Yudah Basav Rishon B'Shai v'Chagois Moisech Chag L'Shem Shivas Yamim v'Chi Shivaheim Aloi Shmoineheim. What do you mean Chagois Chag? The Chag is 8 days, not 7, right? Elo Tzei Shabbos Mehem Rei Shiva. So you have to exclude Shabbos. So this is where we're learning that Chagigah is not the carbon Chagigah is not Doiches Shabbos. We learned that somewhere else already. We don't need this limit to teach me that you don't bring the Chagigah on Shabbos. Hey, so you have by Pesach also, right? That it says Zayin Yomim. Okay, I should say also earlier that Chaim has a lot of kashas in the sugya, Ayin Sham, and it's not clear where exactly these psukim are. And again, look into Reb Chaim, I won't go into it now, just learn it very basic pshat, and you can go and you can, now a pashte, you can look and see what the issues with the sugya are. So, hey, so Rabbi Yochanan, Achoy Rav Safra, Voton Ape Pesach Kein, Matat Say Shabbos Min Rishisha. So Rabbi Chaim says somewhere it says Pesach is 7 days. Now, if you can exclude Shabbos from this, so Pesach is only 6 days. Hagatz Mecha Shechol Yontif. What about a case like this? Hagatz Mecha Shechol Yontif Rishon V'Yontif Achron Shabbos. Let's say you have the first day of Sukkot and Shmini says fall out on Shabbos. Matat Say Min Shnei Yom Rishisha. You only have 6 days of Sukkot. So now, anyway, back at the ranch, and that is that we wanted to know, where do we see that Um, right, we had the kasha of this is where we're learning Shabbos that Shabbos is that Chagigah is not derech Shabbos. So Asur Reb Chanan Yehuda Basaf Reb Shem Reb Shaya B'Chagois Moiser Chag LaHashem Shivas Yamim V'Chi Shiva Yehem V'Lo Shmoinem the 8 days. Let's say Shabbos B'M Shekval L'Manu Sheni Chagigah derech Shabbos right. So, in other words, what we're saying is not this is not where we're learning out that Chagigah is Derech Shabbos. What we're saying is because we know that Chagigah is not Derech Shabbos, therefore you're only going to have 7 days that you can bring the Korban Chagigah, because obviously in 8 days you can have 1 day of Shabbos always. Now, Ma Tamalim Techaguhu. So from here we see that the Yontav Achron is Tashlumin Rishon, because it says Tichaguhu. Right, I didn't have to say it right. So Tichagu, it's extra, right? It says Tichagu Esai. So Tichagu must mean it's coming to include that even the last day, like we said, this, by the way, of Tani Kane is not going on anything we said previously. It's actually going. It's continuing to make. It's going to make a point now that Shmini Atzeres is its own yontif. Tani Kane Shmini Regel B'nei Atzmai Pais B'nei Atzmai has its own lottery. Bracha B'nei Atzmai Korban B'nei Atzmai Regel Dom Rav Shem Ravacha B'Kulam Ksiv U'V'Yoim. If you look in the Pesukah, it says V'Yoim Hasheni V'Yoim Hashlishi V'Chaim Ksiv B'Yoim without a vav Lamet Cheshu Regel B'nei Atzmai. It's not a continuation of what was said earlier. So see, it's its own yontif. Pais, Rabbi Yosef Mesita Amar Kain, B'Shmini Chazal Pais Kurigolim. You look in, if you look in the Mishnayos, you'll see that on Shmini Atzeres, right, all the other days of Sukkot, all the Mishmaros took turns because there were so many Kabbanis. On Shmini, it goes back to the normal schedule of the Piyus. So it's obviously its own. It has its own piyus. Bracha Amrablo Zman that you make again a Shechianu, right? You usually don't make the first day. We're making it also on Shmini Atzeres because it's only Yontif. Carbon, and we know also because there's different carbonas. Parachad Eilachad. Zok Teilu Mishnah Lachazai. Rab Shimon ben Asi Omer Eis Huma Amaovet Shenei Chaliskoin Zeh Sheba Ala Erva V'Har Lamamzes. So some guy goes has relations, let's say, with his mother. Now they give birth to a mamzer. That mamzer is walking around. There's no way to undo that. So that's a move Shenei Chaliska. In time began V'Gaz, and you tell me, well, a guy who steals, Yachol Lachzil Sakin. No, he can always fix it. He can pay back. Who's crooked? Someone who was straight originally, was fixed originally mitchila. When it's avos and then he became crooked. Went off the derech. Right, he was once good and now he's movis. If you see cities in Eretz Yisrael being uprooted, they did not support teachers of Mikra Mishnah, Rebbeim. Matam, where do we see this from? What's the pasuk? Al Me'ov Da'aretz Nitzok Amidmo Bli Oiveh V'Yam Hashem Al Ozvam Es Terasi. They forsook my Torah, so therefore that's Avda of the Aretz. Rabbi Yudin Nasiya, I guess he wanted to make sure this wouldn't happen. Shoch Reb Chia, Reb Asi, Reb Ami, L'meva b'kiryasad Arad Yisrael, L'miskana lo insafnu misnein, to go through all the cities and make sure of Eretz Yisrael, make sure that they have Bali Mikro Mishnah. Only Chadas to get to a city of Loshkach lo Yisrael lo Master didn't find a rabbi to teach Mikro or Mishnah. Amalai said, no, Iceland Naturi Karta. Go bring us the Naturi Karta, not our Naturi Karta from today. They mean the real Naturi Karta. Iceland Santure Karta. So they brought the guards, the security guards. So they said to the people of the city, these are the Naturi Karta, these are the guardians of the city. They're destroying the city. So the people of the city said, no, teach us, tell us who are the Naturi Karta, who's going to watch the city. The ones who teach Mikra Mishnah, they are the ones who protect the city. I thought Ksiv, Hashem lo yivna bayis, and the pasuk continues, Hashem lo yishma ir shav shakat shayme. So that's not worthless. If there's no shmir in the town, don't bother putting a security guard, and that shmir is the Torah. Reb Chuna, Rabbi Yirmiyah, Shem Shmuel, Rav Yitzchak, Matzonu Shavita Kodesh Baruch Hu L'Yisrael Al Avodah Zarah Gilui Rois V'Shvichas Damim. Kadosh Baruch Hu forgave all these things. If they became disgusted by the Torah, loy vita, that Kadosh Baruch Hu doesn't forgive. Ma'atam, where do we see this from? In the front of the pasuk, Vayom Hashem alash, and the Gemara does this Yerushalmi style, where the Gemara first quotes you the way the pasuk is not said. So it says Vayom Hashem alash osva v'dezara v'gil rois v'shvichas damim. Meiksiv Kant doesn't say that. Ella, what does it? Yes, say it says Vayom Hashem al ozvam es Torasi. They forsake my Torah. Okay, they forget about me. Kodesh Baruch Hu says, all right, I can forgive that. Shema Tayrasi Shemar, because maybe at least they were Shema the Torah. Shilu Oisi Azvu, because Lu Yitzuya they forget about me, at least for Tayrasi Shemaru. And the question is here is either Asa'or or Hama'or, go to Gis Hama'or Sheba, the light in the Torah, he Mekarven Etzli. But if they're not learning, there's no light in the Torah to be Mekarev them to HaKadosh Baruch Hu.